ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries. Welcome to another installment of the Kameo Casting. My name is Barbara, and today we're going to be taking a look at the original sub-boss. 4 Arms of Terror. 8 feet tall and, well, I better stop quoting the Immortals. We are talking about Goro today. And, well, Goro's an interesting case, so let's take a look at him sharpish. Goro is a character that is, well, he provides quite a bit of utility in some interesting aspects, designed to be either annoying or oppressive. But as a result, despite his huge size, he actually cuts your health by 50 points.
Too many arms.
And we will take a look at why in just a moment. But first, let's get this all primed up.
Sector. Temple of Kata.
Alright. So, very quickly talking about what Goro brings to the table, it is quite a bit. I'm just going to tag them all because guess what? I can actually do that now. And I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, that's it. So, these are all of Goro's moves that you can see on screen. Now, I said before that Striker had the most amount of moves, so you might be thinking, well, this looks like more than Striker. But in reality, it's just different directions of different attacks. For instance, Striker has the overhead, the low, the handcuff, and the two variants of the grenades. So even considering the bops' variations, that's 3 moves: the bops, the grenades, and the handcuff, as well as I'm pretty sure there was another one that is escaping me. So there's low, high, far, close. No, I got it right. And then we have 3 versions here. We have Raise the Roof, Punch Walk, Shokan Stomp, and Dead Weight. So we actually have 4. But take note that while Goro has a lot of options, many of them are similar. So let's just take a look at them one at a time. We have Raise the Roof, which is a short range high, doesn't seem to do too much. But if the opponent were to be long, as you can see, there's combo extensions ready to be had. Just as a very basic example. We also have Punch Walk, which does 120 damage, doesn't do anything too crazy, and like previous attacks, this costs a bar of Kameo. But while Raise the Roof does have fairly slow recovery, as you can see, Punch Walk has a little more to work with. And Punch Walk is particularly useful, not only because it does 120 damage, which is pretty strong for a single special, but when used as a get-up, it's invincible. So you have an invincible wake-up, that is Punch Walk. Very nice, and a pretty good way to end combos if you want to get somebody away from you, as long as it's standing because of the speed, or lack thereof, that Goro demonstrates with the Punch Walk. Now, if you're willing to spend all of your Kameo in one attack, you have the Shokan Stomp, a tracking unblockable stomp, which again costs all of your Kameo, and it takes a while for it to recover too. You can even place the stomp. There's a way to do it. Did that work? Okay, well, somehow I got behind. Oh, I see. Hold back. No, that didn't do anything. How about there? No. For some reason, it doesn't seem to be working with these, but you're supposed to be able to place the Shokan Stomp. But I can't seem to get that to work, so take that for what you will. Then we have Dead Weight, which looks like it should have whipped, but what it actually is... If I can... There we go. That does not reach. Do I have a way to... Yeah, I don't really think I have a way to make that work unless I just make the opponent duck, because this will work that way too. The dead weight throw deals 100 damage on its own, but you'll notice the opponent is set flying, allowing the opponent to potentially get a punish. Again, I've literally never touched Tanya, so please forgive the amateur performances here. And last, certainly not least, we have his forward throw, the Rearranger. It does the same amount of damage as a normal throw, but critically, it leaves you exactly full screen, which for some characters can be a welcome thing, but for those who want to keep close, Rearranger suddenly becomes much less desirable. Now we need to take a look at why you should use Goro. Like, what does Goro bring to the table? Well, Raise the Roof helps for combo extensions, and as a summon, you don't have to worry about timing, or about specific timings or the like. Stomps give you unblockable setups, and the Dead Weight is a useful combo extender. So let's take a look at a few examples of characters that quite like having Goro around. Starting with
Grandmaster Bossy Pants, General Chef, Goro, Rocket Man, Tarkatan Colony.
Now, why on earth would I want to pair Sub-Zero up with Goro? Well, not only does Goro allow for extra juggles off of Sub-Zero's buttons, he also provides a degree of safety that Bihan could use. Calling Goro's punch block, which hits multiple times and knocks them back, in order to make sure he doesn't overextend. And of course, what's the input? Right, so just as a basic example, let's see. Okay, I whiffed that, but you can get the idea. And of course, using Dead Weight gives him extenders off of whatever he wants, as long as the juggle is high enough. Leading into a free slide, for instance, or a clone setup. Now, given clone doesn't last very long, you can call the clone and use it to cover Goro's leap into the stomp. Or you can call it and then have Goro control the forward space. If the opponent tries to get too close, they get clobbered by Goro, but if they try to avoid it, they're all of a sudden in your face with a clone in front of them, giving you the potential advantage to continue to press on your offensive forward. Just as a basic example of what you can cook up with this combination. And of course, being able to throw the opponent full screen means that Sub-Zero can threaten an Ice Ball in order to get in and get a combo punish. Tricky stuff, especially for a character that now has a dive kick for enhanced aerial mobility. Another character I can see benefiting the likes of Goro.
Princess Petra, Soldier Boy. Is cooler. The Great
Shiva is cooler. But talking Melina here, she has her natural launcher, and let's see. What is the input for that? Forward 1. Forward 1. Okay. I see. So if we do this. Now Melina has this full range to work with. She can enforce the range with the sides, use the sides to cover that range, summon in the ball. Another thing she can do is, after a roll, there we go. Alright, I messed up. You can see where the combos start to get really easy for Melina. And of course, if you... Oh, almost got it. That would have been sick if, and I mean, guaranteed throw combos are fun too, especially when you consider the stomp brutality. And last but certainly not least, we do have to talk about one other character that Goro, I think, should definitely be experimented with, even if the benefits don't seem compelling at first.
Geras, Muscle Beach, still waiting for those shades. Sector, Cage Ministry.
So why, on God's green earth, would Geras like to benefit from Goro? Well, of course, you have to consider the combo extensions. Just timing them out. Look at that, 30%, and I didn't even have to try using Goro. And one thing you have to keep in mind is that if you have Goro ready to stomp, you can start charging these while he is knocked down. So Aw, really? That's still a guaranteed hourglass, which is important because of what hourglass can do for Geras. But then you might be thinking, well, what about punch walk? Doesn't really do much for that, but punch walk can still be useful. And again, garnering that distance for this, which if he has all three, now he has a teleport based off of these shenanigans. Truly a terrifying threat that you need to watch out for at all times. Especially considering all of the combo options, setups, and trickiness that the big guy can bring to combos. So let's see. You get the idea. Goro brings a lot of offense to your character's arsenals, with a multi-chipping wake-up attack that's invincible, an unblockable attack that tracks the opponent and can even be predictably placed, although I had trouble doing that, combo extenders that come from Raise the Roof that deal pretty decent damage, nothing to sneeze at, especially with how far they can be sent flying if they are airborne. Helpful for certain characters that might have trouble getting their combos via other routes. But Goro is handicapped by the fact that he brings 50 less health to you. So if you are worried about your health pool, Goro may not be the best for you. But for all of the utility that Goro brings to the table, it's hard to pass up. Don't forget to be awesome, my friends, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Before we get into the tease for the fatality, I just wanted to let you guys know of something really fast. Omni-Man drops on the 9th, but that does not mean that Omni-Man will be coming on the 10th, because there's simply not enough time for me to get the brutalities that I want and the stuff that I need in order to properly showcase Omni-Man. So November 10th will actually star Johnny Cage, but I think that's completely understandable because, you know, we have to unlock brutalities and shit for these characters. So, Omni-Man will be coming next week, but there will be a cameo casting as close to Tremor's release as possible. So, thank you for understanding. Please enjoy the reveal.
Fatality. Johnny Cage wins. Flawless.